My name is Kesara Ariyapongpairoj, and I am an editor with an academic background in philosophy and religious studies. Particularly, I studied Mahayana Buddhism, which is a branch of Buddhism that encompasses other traditions such as Vietnamese Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism, and Pure Land Buddhism, all of which are present and key to this exhibition, Homage to Quan by Maria Phan. As someone who grew up with a Buddhist upbringing, what really stood out to me was how well Maria's work captured and conveyed these main themes of Buddhism, such as impermanence, reincarnation, and karma as a kind of credit system and the self-surveillance that comes with it. Homage to Quan is a rendering of Maria's childhood memories and her journey of coming to terms with her Vietnamese Buddhist upbringing. We step into Maria's personal memories and experience a recreation of her own journey through refusal, understanding, culminating in acceptance. Homage to Quan for me is an homage to Maria's own childhood. It is an exploration into the layers of personal identity and a journey of reconciliation with her childhood and fragmented memories of growing up in a Vietnamese, British, and French Buddhist family. Although her journey and artworks are deeply personal and unique to Maria, I think the effort and difficulty in reconnecting and revisiting our upbringing, coming to terms with fragmented memories and embracing both the joyful and the painful parts is something that widely resonates. Homage to Quan takes us through 3 stages: refusal, understanding, and acceptance. We begin the journey with refusal, which reflects Maria's own attitudes to her Buddhist upbringing, being forced to pray, being forced to go to the temple. We sit down and watch 3 screens showing Maria's favorite shows as a child, and these shows are constantly disrupted by Buddhist imagery. Behind the screens is a large LED panel with pixels of images of Buddha. They watch us as we sit and watch the screens, so the watcher becomes the watched. This captures Maria's own feelings of frustration and dread towards Buddhist practices and the surveillance she felt enforced by these beliefs. And this theme carries through to the stage of understanding. We move into understanding, where Maria reframes the fragmented Buddhist beliefs she has been taught as a child, and we see how it has impacted her daily life as an adult. There is a playfulness in how Maria portrays the surveillance aspect of religion. It's almost like a Pokemon game with an HP and karma bar. But once again, the audience is surrounded by screens. This speaks once again to oppressiveness and restrictiveness Maria feels towards religious beliefs as she tries and attempts to understand them. I found the way she visualized these ingrained beliefs very fascinating. It's almost like a gamification of life in relation to karma and concepts of reincarnation. Finally, we come to acceptance. There's a sense of peacefulness in this stage, and it's a peacefulness that coexists with a sense of danger and oppressiveness. I'm thinking about the VR short film, in which there's a tower with massive Buddha statues, as well as childhood memorabilia, which is very personal to Maria. I think it really captures Maria's acceptance of her childhood and her Vietnamese Buddhist upbringing. She sees and reconciles them. What really touched me with this stage was that I felt that Maria really faced her upbringing with honesty, accepting both traumatic and joyful memories as part of her unified experience that has shaped who she is today. Maria's work touches upon many themes such as childhood and memory, personal identity, and Buddhist themes and concepts such as reincarnation, impermanence, and karma as a sort of credit system, and the self-surveillance that comes with it. So I want to talk about the word "ai", which is "oh my god" in Vietnamese. Her work portrays how this instilled view of karma as a credit system has made her enact self-surveillance. Maria monitors her decisions and actions in relation to how it can determine her future life. So karma is action, and karma is morally neutral. Karma is a concept in Hinduism and Buddhism that the actions of a person, good or bad, will determine their future experiences and future lives. It's something like conditional causality, which means that the future is conditional on what we do in this life and our past lives. It's important to note that karma is accumulated across our multiple lives, so our past lives as well. So I feel like ai is really an incredible piece of work because it visualizes karmic consequences of our actions in relation to our reincarnation in a very fun way. The next work I want to talk about is Personal Bubble, which is a VR short film with handmade booklets about Maria's childhood stories. I feel like this work is poignant because it shows acceptance and reconciliation with her own childhood and upbringing. It's the reconciliation and with the impermanence and transient nature of things, exemplified by her memories. The VR film, the handmade booklets, they all recount and compile her childhood events and childhood memories. They come together to form snapshots of joy, sadness, pain, trauma, in a peaceful way. One of the works that really stood out to me was Plenty of Fish in the Sea, which is inspired by the sand mandalas in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition. And I felt like the work was very true to the purpose of sand mandalas, in that the creation and dismantling of them symbolizes the impermanent nature of reality, which is a truth that we need to arrive to in order to attain nirvana eventually. It is an interactive piece where we as an audience get to engage with the work by manipulating and moving around the sand with our hands. And engaging with the sand in this way is a way of reflecting upon the transient and unfixed nature of things and the inherent beauty of change and non-attachment, all of these key concepts in Buddhism. What also stood out to me was the element of playfulness, once again, really getting your hands into the sand, playing with the sand. I think this piece really captures the spirit of the exhibition. It's about childhood, it's about Buddhist concepts like impermanence and reincarnation, it's about the acceptance of the transient nature of things and the non-attachment and the acceptance of our memories, painful and joyful, as part of our childhood and upbringing.